was talking to a guy the other day, right? And he happened to tell me this whole prison story about a friend of his who got murdered in jail by his best friend over a 30-cent ramen noodle. Now, just to give you some insight on where I'm going with this, this particular gentleman, he's been incarcerated for like 44 years so far, and that's longer than I've ever even been alive. He has a life sentence, and he's probably never ever going to taste freedom ever again. So when he told me this story, my immediate response or statement to him was kind of in the form of a question, but it was more so like, I can only assume that that particular act of violence that he spoke about had to be more about principle, and not so much over the suit, right? I mean, I thought it had to be. I mean, he stated that these guys were best friends, for God's sake. So
Mm-hmm.
he looked at me with this funny look in his eyes, and, I could tell that my words had struck a chord of some sort with him. And his response to me was like, yeah, well, he said he actually went on to say he saw the same guy like 25 years later in another institution. And the dude was in another altercation over something that seemed to be of, no real importance or whatever. And he said he told the guy, I see you still riding on them same principles. And he told him that, I'll be walking out of here a free man while you're still being here living off your principles. Now,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, obviously that was a sarcastic statement because, like I said, the old man is probably, unfortunately, going to die in here at some point. But he went on to say that, prison is not living life, and there's no life to live here in prison. And he hinted at the fact that, there's too many dudes here that are never going to leave, and there's too many violent acts that occur resulting in the loss of life and like massive bodily harm behind what we all call principles, you know? And it kind of got me to thinking a lot about my own principles and values.